1 week to E3. Hype! By this time next week, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, Ubisoft, EA, who else? Konami, maybe if we're lucky, will have had their press conferences. So this week on the show, we're not going to play any video games. We're just going to talk to people about what we think might happen this year at the Electronic Triple. I got E3 here to talk about Microsoft, first of all. Last year's E3 for them was not great.
Oh my God, the disaster heard around the world.
It's like set the tone for the next year of bad news and backtracking for those guys.
Yeah, when you're immediately flip-flopping on your E3 press conference 2 weeks later, you did a bad job.
Yeah, so let's talk about, first of all, the latest flip-flop we've had, which is Kinect. Chris, what do you think they have to do with Kinect now that it's been taken out of the box?
Oh my God, so it's not in the box. So what is that? That sounds like a vote of no confidence. That's sorry, you guys really don't want Kinect? Oh cool, you don't have to have it. But Kinect is a thing that's part of their system, and last year, they love to show off how it's like voice commands, touch, or gesture commands. They need to show that Kinect is cool, which I don't think they've even done at all.
They've had a long time to try and make the Kinect cool.
Yeah,
they really have. So
they've had a long time to make that really trendy.
That's what's killing me, is that forever we've been waiting for that killer hit Kinect game, or there's been some really good ones, like Dance Central and stuff are really great, but it just never happened.
And I don't think it's going to happen on the scale that Wii motion controls happen, because they're not. It's not a core. It's not the integral way that you interact with the whole system. It's a peripheral. It's off to the side. So I don't think we should expect the big killer app for it. I think they need to lean into. This is a cool toy, and the tech in this is actually pretty marvelous, as demonstrated by all the non-Microsoft product uses that we've seen of it for years now. So I mean,
people hacking them on their PCs and stuff, and making weird games out of them.
And I don't think we're going to get the single one killer app, because there's not quite the incentive that there used to be. Because previously, developers who decided to make a Kinect game knew that 100% of Xbox Ones had a Kinect sold with them. Maybe not attached and in use, but at least they're sitting in a closet somewhere.
Yeah.
Now you can buy an Xbox One without a Kinect, and that install base isn't there anymore. So people have to get creative now.
Okay, let's talk about games then. First off, Microsoft IPs, Halo 5 Guardian was shown off again last week, or we've seen more of it, I guess. What do you think they're going to do in relation to, I'm going to ask you this, because you're a big Halo fan.
Oh, so
Halo
they had
5
the
Guardian.
teaser last year. They've announced the official title, Halo 5 Guardian, and that it's not coming out till fall next year.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be some sexy trailer, I think. A quick one. It's going to be more than the teaser.
If we're lucky, we'll get 30 seconds of gameplay.
Right.
But I'm not expecting a full 10-minute long gameplay demo of a game that comes out at the end of 2015.
Yeah.
Is Master Chief wearing a poncho? I don't know. You tell me.
Who is that other character that it looked like a girl, but it's not apparently?
It's not. It's another male Spartan in the box art they reveal, or I don't know if it's just a promo image or not. That's sort of the mirror of Master Chief. Who knows if that has thematic relevance or not? But they're going to have that. But that's not the only Halo thing that we're going to see at the press
Presumably,
conference.
if they're getting that stuff out of the way as well, then they're not going to focus on it too much during the actual conference, you would think.
Which?
Halo stuff. The fact that they've announced it a month before.
No, they're definitely going to show Halo stuff at the conference.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's not, what I was referring to is not just Halo 5, but there's also the collection, Halo Collection,
HD.
which is Halos 1 through 4 that's coming out for the Xbox One. So they're definitely going to show off some of those glamour shots of you jump into the system and there's the Halo. Now it's in HD. That's the first time you ever saw it. Now it's in HD. Buy it again. Buy our system. Don't you guys love Halo? Remember how it made us in the console world? Remember how this is the reason why we're still here?
And so it was so powerful for them last time around, and this time it seems like Bob Jones 1980 in the chat just asked, what are Microsoft's exclusives now? So let's go through the ones they own that they haven't announced. So Gears of War, first of all. Are we going to see some sort of Gears stuff, do you think?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, they've got that Vancouver studio working on it. They brought in Rod Ferguson, who worked on Gears of War back at Epic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're definitely investing a lot into the Gears franchise. They bought that franchise from Epic. So I feel like they're at least going to tease it somehow. Whether or not it's a full gameplay demo, I have no idea.
And if you figure it's an uphill battle for Microsoft this year, what's going to distinguish them? What's going to gain them some ground against Sony? Exclusives is one of those big things. So far, these are remind people why you bought that Xbox 360, why you bought that Xbox. Halo and Gears are two huge factors.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that they're leaning on these old IPs they've had for a long time as well.
Yeah, I mean, this would be the 5th game in the Gears franchise, counting Judgment. So does it have a lot of sparkle left in it? Is it going to
I think so.
generate headlines?
Go back all the way back to the beginning and just reinvigorate everything that we had when we first saw it.
You want Emergence
yeah,
Day?
I want that. Like,
Yeah.
I want that back again.
Just a little light
Or
emergence
you'll
day
get
to get
something
people
we-
excited.
Like we just saw with Halo, you get something like that. You'll get Marcus Phoenix in an overall,
Walking through the desert.
Yeah.
No, he's just carrying a briefcase
holding
on the
some
way to
cogs.
work.
Like that'll be it. Guarantee you. Confirmed. I'll put money on it.
All right, speaking of, what do you think of Quantum Break?
I just like to see it because they didn't do anything really last year. Like he kind of came on stage and it's what they've been doing. Like every time they do a little tease, they do like a little video teaser going, "Hey, my name's Sam Lake at Remedy," and I'd like.
That's pretty good, Sam Lake.
It's not that good.
That's good. That's a fine Finnish
good
accent.
enough, yeah.
Don't sell yourself short, Seb Ford.
And they come on and like just go like, "Oh, we've been doing this and we've been doing this," and they show a little bit more, but not much more. And last year's E3, they kind of didn't really show anything at all.
They focus on the TV stuff a lot.
Yeah.
Or the high concept.
So we got to be really close to something pretty significant, right? Like the last video that they released made it look great.
Yeah.
And I want to play it. I really want to play it. Mostly just because the story's going to be incredible. Like the gameplay might be crap, but like the story's going to be incredible.
It's the television stuff is a little bit strange because now it seems like it's not coming out on Xbox first. They've sold it to like ABC or something.
The Quantum Break
The
specific
television stuff, yeah. Apparently it's getting released like simulcast or not just on
Well,
their
regardless of
platform.
where that ends up, you are definitely going to see television as a big part of Microsoft's press conference
Yeah.
because of the time with Quantum Break, but now they've announced their lineup for like, that Spielberg Halo series, all these like they've contracted original series, they've got pilots, they've got shows in production. There's a list of them that
Stuff that has nothing to do with video games too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like reality shows,
Yeah,
there's
like a
comedy shows,
Street
there's
soccer documentary.
Yep,
Really?
there's animated
Yeah.
shows, and that was part of that's so much part of their like Microsoft and Xbox One. We are like your whole entertainment thing, and so now I think they have to highlight that in a big way because the way that Xbox One integrates with TV and brings original content to the Xbox is going to be another big differentiator.
But isn't that like the problem? Is that they've been banging this one box thing, and then what happened was Sony came out and said, "Screw all that. We're just going to talk about games." And show them up. Like it's all those parts of the conferences when the Spielberg Halo stuff is so mind-numbingly boring. It's
I mean,
like,
the thing is, like, the two aren't mutually exclusive, video games and entertainment stuff. They can do the entertainment stuff, they just have to not forget about video games like they've done for the past couple years.
Yeah.
I think as long as, like, Phil Spencer is saying a lot of the right things right now, like, we have to focus on games, our E3 press conference is going to be about video games. We've gotten away from that in the past, and we're going to try to get back to it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I'm fine with them working on the original stuff. There could be some neat gems in there, there could be some turds in there.
yeah, probably.
Yeah, if we're betting men, and I think we are.
Like the weird thing is, at least Sony is an entertainment company. Microsoft have like no business about
Are you
television
saying
or
that
movies.
Clippy wasn't entertaining?
Clippy?
Clippy had some gems.
What's Clippy?
Clippy, the little paperclip icon in Office?
Oh man,
Yeah. Come on,
Oh, you're
guys.
saying it's going to be an animated movie of,
Yeah.
I think, are you writing a letter? It looks like you're writing a letter.
It's going to be a gritty, Clippy
Go to
reboot.
games console.
It's just weird, isn't it? It's like Microsoft are making all this television stuff. Like they've no skin in that game ever.
I know.
Like,
I
why
mean,
is
they,
it
the moment they decided to make the Xbox One you must have this, a one-stop shop for entertainment, they put themselves in that game. They've made that leap. They're saying, with this whole generation, even more than with the Xbox 360, well, they were trending towards it with the 360, and now last year we saw they're going whole hog. They were showing off all the sports stuff, all the, TV integration, you plug your cable box into your Xbox, so it is literally an integral part of your system. That's their game now, whether they've got the pedigree or not, and I think they really have to show us.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Microsoft is a different company now than it was a year ago. There's a new CEO, there's a new president of Xbox, there's new leadership, so I would imagine they've got new ideas. Hopefully they're going to steer the ship in the right direction. It started that program, that ID at Xbox program, but so far they haven't released a lot of like super exciting indie games.
At least Cappy is probably because they had Super Time Force.
Like Super Time Force, and they did like a re-release of Strike Suit Zero.
Okay.
Yeah, but like they certainly haven't released like the breadth of indie games that Sony has. So they have a lot of catching up to do. I hope that they're going to push indie games hard at E3 because Sony has shown that approach can work really well, at least for garnering like goodwill in the community.
Sunset Overdrive's coming out this year. It's one of the few games that's coming out this year.
Hooray!
You guys give a crap.
Shoots people with orange soda. You could show that game in action, but I think with a game like that, that's a little weird. Like you have to show something that channels the player experience, so the players have something to hook onto. Otherwise, you just end
There's
up
a
feeling
reason
like that.
we've been making the joke that game looks like a '90s Go-Gurt commercial. It does. You know, it just has that over-the-top aesthetic, and it's easy to joke about, but it could be really fun to play.
And Insomniac has a great pedigree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Crackdown was fun, so
Well, okay, what about Crackdown 3?
yeah.
Could we see a Crackdown 3, do you think?
Crackdown 2 is kind of a wet fart of a game. I
It's
don't.
just kind of more of the same.
I mean, I would love to see a game on the caliber, on the level of Crackdown 1, which was
Yeah.
excellent, refreshing, super fun.
1080 60p, agent.
Agent.
We need you to collect all these even better looking orbs.
Jump to the top of a building, agent.
Yeah. Is Crackdown a product of its time? Could like a new, because it was very much like baby steps, open world, that era when everyone was just making. Whereas, does a new Crackdown bring anything to the table, do you think?
As long as it brings something new to the table,
it
which
has
is
to,
something that
yeah.
Crackdown 2 did not do.
Yes.
It was just a paint-by-numbers repeat of the original game.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many games now that you've got Prototype, there's Infamous, there's these great super-powered open-world games. Yeah, you're really gonna have to carve out a significant niche if you want to bring that Crackdown name back.
It's
But-
The Go-Gurt niche.
Yeah, the Go-Gurt.
Once you got that, then,
Yeah.
then you're in. You're shooing.
A couple more before we finish up. Rise 2. Any interest in a second Rise?
Where does this
Risen
rumor, where did
again?
this rumor come from?
Rise 2.
It's
Yeah.
not going to happen this soon.
Because they never would have, because all that technology, it looks pretty repeatable. It looks like they can push
yeah.
out another one of those.
Did anyone get to the end of that game and go, I need more?
I need
Wait,
Crytek people did.
When will the follow-up?
I'm pretty sure Kevin played that game like 3 times.
He liked it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
He liked it, but he gave it like a 4 or
Yeah.
5 or something.
He's a
But he
real
just
love-hate
kept
rel-
playing it because it's a very
It'll
playable
drive the
game.
Kinect.
So Rise 2, if they've got the tech, they've got this, they can render a beautiful Roman world. What
Yeah.
should that game be? It shouldn't be the linear beat 'em up. Should it be a multiplayer melee game? Should it be troop management?
MMO. Yeah.
Like back out to the Supreme Commander
Yeah.
view, and you're like sending your phalanxes around.
Yeah,
I
guess.
I don't know.
I got no answer for
that's
that.
a
Find
good
out
question.
at E3. Couple more, what are Rare that Kinect Sports Rivals come out. When I was talking to them back a couple of months ago, it sounded very much like they were waiting for Microsoft to give them the opportunity to go back to one of their franchises.
Yeah.
What do you think would be a good play for them next? Should
Well,
we
at the
make-
beginning of the 360, they came out with Perfect Dark Zero, right? So let's fix that.
Yeah.
Fix that.
You want a Perfect Dark?
Yeah, I'd love that.
You want to?
Yeah, but a good one.
More perfect.
Yeah.
Not imperfect dark.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'll work for me.
I think this is going to sound weird, but Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
That was great.
It was a very open-ended game where you could like craft your own vehicle, and it had its own weird like behavioral patterns depending on how you assembled it. And I think that taps into a lot of what makes games like Minecraft appealing these days.
Yeah.
So I think now's a good time for them to bring that back and try to do it even better than it did before.
Do you want to see some more Viva Pinata?
Oh my God. They made that game for children. There was a cartoon with it. It was a brilliant game.
Then it's perfect.
But that
right?
game was not for, I feel like, whoever was making... That's Microsoft making the television show and thing again. It's like the game with the TV show, and they were so, like, uncompatible. One was for 5-year-olds, and one was for, like, 25-year-olds with loads of time. You get these stupid chocolate hamsters to have sex with each other.
And those people loved it.
yeah, it was great, yeah.
And
the
those
kids-
25-year-olds are now, however old we are. And so, yes, they should bring back Viva Pinata.
Yeah.
I mean, that has super nostalgia value for a lot of people. And, also that kind of open creativity mode. That, I reach out and I pick up my little, what's a dumb Viva Pinata animal name?
The chocolate hamsters who have sex with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
that
was also pretty
Pick
good.
up 2 chocolate hamsters and mash them together. Yeah, great.
Fable Legends?
That one looks kind of interesting, only because
It's just not a Fable game, though.
Yeah.
Like, why even call it a Fable game?
because it's set in Albion and looks like a Fable game, and
But
you
it's
can
a-
fight like
but
a
it's a-
Fable hero. And
It's a dungeon crawler, though. It's not like a story choice-driven
Yeah, you're not exploring
RPG.
that world
It's
in
like a
that way.
co-op dungeon crawler. It's so different.
but you can play as the villain.
That's true.
And you can mess with dudes.
It's kind of got a little bit of the Evolve thing if you squint hard enough and
Oh, yeah?
really lie to yourself.
Well, Evolve is a game we're going to talk about later. But
okay.
for now, thank you all for coming on and talking about Microsoft rumors, first-party video games, and all that nonsense. Yeah.